Okay, we need to have a conversation. There is so much happening in the gaming world right now. Microsoft leaked their next gen console. This sucker isn't supposed to be out until 2028. That is 5 years from now. And now we have the dirt on what Microsoft's ambitions were for this next generation of consoles. Honestly, a bit of a stretch to even call it a console. Now, let's read the big points. I'm going to read off the CloudDosage website first, and then we'll dig into the details. All right, let's go. Leaked documents that were filed for Microsoft's court case against the FTC regarding the ABK merger have unfortunately been leaked online. These documents were meant to be kept redacted and were never meant to be released to the public eye, but here we are. In the leaked documents, cloud and cloud gaming is a big feature. In fact, to the leaked documents, Xbox's next generation console will aim to be a hybrid game platform that will leverage both the power of the client and the cloud to deliver a deeper and entirely new gaming experience. Further, documents also go on to reveal that Microsoft's plans to have a cloud hybrid games in place for 2028. All right, so this doesn't come as a giant surprise. Hideo Kojima is working on a cloud-related game for Microsoft, right? So that kind of lends us some ideas that Hideo Kojima's game is, another 5 years away. No surprise there. But this Project Keystone also makes an appearance as well. And Project Keystone, if you're not familiar, it was going to be a dedicated Xbox cloud gaming device that Microsoft shelved last year. The lead document shows that Project Keystone was indeed fully funded by Microsoft. Big surprise. Could it be that this is now back in development? And this is kind of up in the air. It's worth noting that these documents are from the year 2020. So we're seeing them now in 2023. These documents, though, are 3 years old. And of course, at the time, Project Keystone was very much not shelved. In fact, worth considering, if we look at this right here, the ThinOS, it says lacking ThinOS for $99 $99 consumer or handheld device. Now, Phil Spencer was public that he did want to hit that $99 price point with Project Keystone, and they canceled the project, or rather shelved the product, because they couldn't hit that $99 mark. That was before we had this situation with mass inflation. So in hindsight, it was a very good idea to shelve that thing, honestly, for Microsoft at least. And I very much doubt in the near future that ThinOS, that Project Keystone, sees the light of day anytime before 2028, if we ever see it at all, frankly. By then, honestly, a $200 gaming device will probably look a lot cheaper and maybe a little bit more palatable on Microsoft's pocketbook. What's interesting about this, though, and another thing worth considering, is this isn't necessarily a surprise. I mean, we heard Microsoft bragging about using the cloud back when the Xbox One launched. And we all remember how that went. Not great. Now, it's a different world now, and cloud gaming does seem a lot more viable. Obviously, you're on CloudDosage. But do the masses take that? And for that matter, do developers take to it? In my humble opinion, developers have been a little bit too slow adopting cloud gaming. The only reason it's really happening is because Microsoft's pushing it. And of course, Microsoft's pushing cloud gaming. They want the cloud to be a thing. Satya Nadella is obsessed with the cloud because it makes so much money. Okay, fine. But do developers buy in also? Microsoft doesn't have a lot of, it doesn't have the same kind of power in the gaming space that Steam and PlayStation have. Maybe even NVIDIA for that matter, because NVIDIA and AMD, of course, are the ones powering these next-gen consoles, potentially. They're probably going to have a lot more influence in the roads that gaming takes, more so than Microsoft's desire to leverage the cloud. And we know in the gaming space that there are those right on the lunatic fringe, like those of us at CloudDosage, who really love the idea of cloud gaming, but there's still a vast majority of gamers that don't like the idea of the cloud. I talk to them every day, those non-believers. But is that going to be that leveraging of cloud technology, cool as it is that going to be a selling point for consumers? And that's going to be up to the marketing team. And if it's up to the marketing team whether or not to focus on it, it's going to be up to the bean counters, that's right, the accounting team, whether or not that's even an aspect that developers are told to focus on in future projects. What I'm trying to say is the tech's there, but is the opportunity there? And we don't know. Now, Microsoft's going to pursue it anyways. And the nice thing is, Microsoft pursuing tech in this space, in the cloud gaming space, the server space, that just sweetens all the tech that they have on Microsoft Office 365 and Azure. So even if this cloud technology that they're investing in for gaming doesn't pan out, they can probably pivot that investment over to their other services. So it's no love lost and no money lost. So it's a good bet on their part. But is it going to be a good gaming system? That remains to be seen. Remember to stick with CloudDosage for all your cloud gaming news. We'll be in touch.